Number 12. Genesis 8, quote, Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking some of all the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings on it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, Never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures, as I have done. As long as the earth endures, set time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the earth. End of quote. Number 13. Quote, Kohelet. Obey the king's command, I say, because you took an oath before God. End of quote. A year ago I asked you, Father, to take me forever. I promised before your altar that I would always be yours. You made a covenant with me, and I committed myself to subordinate everything to your will, your orders. I was wondering the word covenant. You never spoke to me like that, Lord. After all, the covenant is bilateral commitment, so you gave the promise of victories. Number 14, quote, Serastes, my child, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for trials, be sincere of heart and steadfast, and do not be impetuous in time of adversity. Cling to Him, do not leave Him, that you may prosper in your last days. Accept whatever happens to you. In periods of humiliation, be patient. For in fire gold is tested, and chosen in the crucible of humiliation. Trust in God, and He will help you. Make your way straight and hope in Him. Number 15. Your greatness, Lord, touches me, and I am filled with your grace. Something is happening that I can't define. My heart is full and cannot accommodate your power and kindness. This feeling of your presence is much more real than the entire outside world, although I am in it and perform my normal duties. I am completely silenced, and it seems to me that there is nothing that could disrupt this silence. This is your great grace. I felt it on Saturday while returning from the church, and when with various severity throughout the day. Even stronger power of it yesterday after the evening mass. There is a coincidence of certain facts, among them definitely a stay in your home at the Oder riverbank and meetings with Father W.R. You tell me to go there, Lord. You are there, and from there you come to me. Number 16. Today on my birthday, I was set a term for an intercession prayer for me, for which I had asked a group of intercession prayers a week ago. Here is the word received for me. Hebrew, chapter 10. Therefore, brothers and sisters, since we have confidence to enter the most holy place by the blood of Jesus, by a new and living way opened for us through the curtain, that is His body, and since we have a great priest over the house of God, let us draw near to God with a sincere heart and with the full assurance that faith brings, having our hearts sprinkled to cleanse us from a guilty conscience, and having our bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for He who promised is faithful. Number 17. Today I received from my spiritual director a declaration of a member of the QWC. Is your will, Lord, my total abstinence? Quote, Proverbs. Do not gaze at wine when it's red, when its sparkles in the cup when it goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a snake and poisons like a viper. Number 18. During yesterday's conversation with my spiritual father, the following words were said. Organic asceticism, that is, limiting one's life in the material world to a minimum, to things and activities that are really necessary. Removal of many things, many likes and habits, poverty, service to others. He literally said, sell the TV and other things you don't need and give to the poor. Therefore I am asking the words that will become the light at the beginning of this path. Luke 18. The rich young man, quote, Jesus, hearing this, said to him, you still lack one thing, sell everything you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in the heaven. Then come and follow me. Note of the editor. The texts from the Holy Bible were always received from the Lord after praying and asking for the word through the so-called accidental opening. All reflections were written down before the opening of the Bible. Number 19. Quote Ezra, chapter 8. Final preparations for the journey. I said to them, you as well as these articles are consecrated to the Lord. The silver and gold are a free will offering to the Lord, the God of your ancestors. Guard them carefully until you weigh them out in the chambers of the house of the Lord. End of quote. The feeling of helplessness increased after reading the words of the Lord. There was also the fear of the contrast, my sinful powerlessness and smallness, and Him perfect, powerful, infinitely great. He loves me though. He told me this. It was during the morning prayer on the 13th December 5. In my heart I heard clearly, I love. I couldn't pray today. I was ashamed before the Lord and thanked Him for His word. Then He said, you have to learn a lot. Me. I can't do anything. I will help you. The number 19 starts part 2 of the testimony. Number 20. This morning after the Holy Communion, I complained to the Lord that there are times when I feel lonely in the effort of everyday work on myself, that it can be hard. Then I felt a thought. I have given you a priest. Number 21. I still don't know what task await me. You will know in time. Number 22. I want to serve you, Lord, in a perfect way. Please let me understand your will. Ask about everything. Number 23. I thought about how great my helplessness is and that everything depends on trust, which is the strength of the path of God's childhood. You will not do anything yourself. 24. After yesterday's confession, the whole day was a constant adoration and closeness to the Lord, a wonderful felt closeness that goes beyond the limits of imagination and desire that one can have. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. Principles of sanctity of life. Quote, keep getting better. You know what commands we gave you through the Lord Jesus, for the will of God is your sanctification. Number 25. Yesterday evening after prayer, I asked the Lord how to pray, so that the prayer would be what He wants. He, be quiet. I kept asking what else should I be doing. He, rely on me. Number 26. What can I give you, Lord, from me? What do you expect? He, love. You can give me love. I, how to fulfill your will? Quote, Timotheus. Indicators for various conditions. Quote, in everything set them an example by doing what is good. In your teaching show integrity, seriousness, and soundness of speech that cannot be condemned, so that those who oppose you may be ashamed because they have nothing bad to say about us. 27. While I'm praying, I'm disturbed by side thoughts. Not so much bad as unnecessary and stupid, distracting. Help me, Lord. He, immerse yourself in me. I, yes, but without your grace it's impossible. He, your efforts are pleasing to me. Number 28. You must be sensitive to my voice. Then, when His presence and His grace fell on me, I wanted to be with Him and to be with Him forever. I wanted to live this word. I wanted Him to take me to Himself. Then knowledge and image appeared, knowing that not know, and not without sacrifices and sufferings preceding union with Him forever, knowing that first is needed to be united with Him and His sacrifice and suffering. It was also visual recognition. I saw Him carrying the cross uphill against the background of the silhouettes of the mute and unmoved crowd. And I wanted to go with Him, to be with Him, to share with Him on His way to a cross. And then there was only light that completely immersed me. I knew I was in Him and I belonged to Him. I asked how to return to the world and still be in Him and serve Him. He, you may return to the world, but you must be careful and alert. 29. I asked the Lord to accept me as a victim of reparation for the renewal of faith, for the return of those who had abandoned Him. I asked Him to send me whatever He wanted. I will accept every effort, every suffering, if only He would be with me. I said any place would be heaven if He was with me. He, after all, you will always be with me, if you wish. Number 30. Since yesterday I have been thinking about how to fulfill the Lord's will, what to focus on and what to avoid. How do you want me to be, Lord? He, Saint. Me. Where am I to be holy, Lord? How come could I? He. You don't want to? I want, Lord. He. That's enough. 31. I apologize to the Lord for my sinfulness and for the futility of my efforts to be better. He, you will always be sinful, but I will always be with you to lift you up. Quote Malachi's Introduction. The Council of Trent, for its part, emphasized the importance of the text of Chapter 1, about the chaste sacrifice as a prophecy about the Holy Mass. Me, end of quote, me, pure sacrifice has been a word in my thoughts and prayers for some time. I feel that this is what the Lord is asking me. From the moment I wanted to go with Him to Golgotha and to the cross, I felt somehow inseparable from Him and belonged to Him in a special way. There is some tenderness, some understanding. There is no need for many words in prayer. There is an agreement to everything and a desire to be with Him. Number 32. The problem arose of how far to leave everything, how far to terminate contract with the outside world in order to be immersed in the Lord. You will find out during confession. 33. Yesterday when I woke up in the morning there were words with me. You promised to fast. Me. Yes, I did promise a strict fast on Wednesday, but it turned out differently. I was planning on Friday and yesterday, although I did not mention it during confession. As a penance, I was recommended to fast for 3 days from Thursday to Saturday. The second day, I fasted bread and water. Today I took nothing at all. It's noon and I don't feel hungry at all. There's a sublime state where the desire for God and the feeling of connection with Him predominate. There is no need for other sensations. It's good and clean. Number 34. Easter Song. Chapter 2. Song of Songs. Quiet, my beloved, that's Him. Here it comes. He runs over the mountains, jumps over hills. My beloved is like gazelle, like a young deer. He is standing behind a wall, looking through the window, peering through the bars. My beloved speaks and says to me, Arise, my friend, my beautiful one, and come, for behold, winter is past, and the rain has ceased and gone. Flowers are already seen on the earth. The time for pruning the vineyards has come. The voice of the turtle is already heard in our land. End of quote. Number 35. Today's morning prayer has become a conversation with the Lord. What do you want most from people, Father? Prayers and trusting me. Your voice is quiet. He who desires hears me. Who am I supposed to be? A prophet. Me. It's up to you, Lord. It's up to you too. Me. Should I write everything? Everything. Why don't you say, Lord, when I want and do not ask specific questions? I want to talk, not to speak only. You have given me so great graces. I love you. Number 36. Which own faults should I fight the most? Pride, egocentrism. Me. How? By being submissive to others. Me. Then I pray for the fruits of the started KWC retreat and in the intention of Father W.R. And I saw a torch in his hand and brightness that filled the whole church. It was huge, penetrating outward and piercing through the surrounding darkness. I asked for the protection of the priest, for the strength of perseverance and power. I watched over him and blessed him. Number 37. Me. What is love? Devotion. Me. Various souls tangle in my head and disturb. Rule over them. Me. What will become of me? You will follow me. Me. What shall I reject? All. How to live? In asceticism among people.